The option before us is not acceptable. However, the question must be asked whether it is possible that while the entire European Union is moving towards building a wartime economic system, we stay out of it and build a different kind of economic policy, not a Brussels one, but let's say a national one. This is the big dilemma.
Every economic policy is based on some plan, and at this moment the situation is that in Europe, admittedly, the Brussels plan is to build a wartime economy. Documents are being adopted about this, and leaders are making statements about it.
Of course, it contains many things. You are also familiar with Ukraine's European Union membership as part of this, maintaining a huge Ukrainian army in arms. We are talking about an 800,000 to 1 million strong army with European Union money. This includes redirecting 20 to 25% of the next 7-year European Union budget towards Ukraine.
So this mindset has numerous very serious financial consequences. Hungary faces the dilemma of how to respond to this situation, whether to accept that there will be a war economy policy in Europe. In a gloomy mood, we should talk about important and good news.
The option before us is not acceptable. However, the question must be asked whether it is possible that while the entire European Union is moving towards building a wartime economic system, we stay out of it and build a different kind of economic policy, not a Brussels one, but let's say a national one. This is the big dilemma. Now, the truth is that
even if you make a decision in this regard about which one you choose, as events continuously change, you must repeatedly review whether your initial decision is still valid.
We made a decision earlier with Minister of Economy Marton Nagy that we assessed Hungary as capable of building a national Hungarian economic policy instead of a Brussels war economy policy.
Kick it.
So first, the Chamber's request was not to
make decisions only for 1 year where possible. For predictability, let's provide forecasts for the second and third years as well and come to an agreement. This means that in 2026, the threshold for VAT exemption will be 20 million, in 27, 22 million, and in 28, 24 million forints.
These are increasing numbers. These are good news. This does not mean an increase in burden, but an increase in available benefits. The second thing,
we will increase the general cost ratio for flat-rate taxpayers. Here too we agree for 3 years. In 2026 we will raise it to 45% and in 2027 to 50%. We are still negotiating about 2028.
And I would argue that a professional debate is more of a political squabble.
a bearable one will occur. For example, the excise tax will increase by the rate of inflation. This should take effect from January 1st. The Chamber requests that this not happen.
I cannot disregard the principle that this should remain, but I can postpone it for half a year, and then we will sit down again to discuss it, and if the Chamber's request is still justified, it can continue. For now, we are delaying the increase in excise duty on fuels by half a year.
As a result of the Chamber's request, it means a 20 billion foreign tax revenue loss from the budget's perspective. Ninth point. We significantly reduce the administrative burdens on entrepreneurs.
This means that we are raising the corporate tax advance threshold from 5 million to 20 million forints. This favorably affects 20,000 companies.
As the 10th point, we will raise the threshold for the simplified financial statements of micro-enterprises from 150 million to 180 million forints. This means that approximately 10,000 businesses can choose a simpler and faster administration.